Okay, you good to go?
Hey, there we go. Welcome everybody to today's call. I know it's a super weird time to be doing calls and it's not a usual time for a lot of you to get on. But me and Dr. Chi wanted to come on and give you some really, really good product knowledge. So the idea of this call was that we are going to put this on top of the pinned post so that every newbie that joins our business is going to be able to see credible icons within our business to give you really good solid advice, to give you solid ingredients, to give you solid sort of credibility when it comes to the business, what it's about, what the products do. And to have somebody like Dr. Chi in our business is just absolutely incredible. So first of all, what I'm going to ask is if Dr. Chi will just give us a really clear background of where he's come from, what he's done, how he's got to where he is, the studying that he's had to do, and obviously why he's joined Valenta. So if it's okay with you, Dr. Chi, would you mind taking that bit away?
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate every one of you and welcome everyone for being on here today. This is fun doing this. So again, my name is Dr. Chi Nguyen. I'm a foot and ankle surgeon and I've been in practice for over 20 years. Obviously, I went through high school and then 4 years in college and 4 years in medical school, and then I did 4 years of residency training. And so when I got out of my residency and started my practice, started working, a friend of mine approached me with network marketing. And so I fell in love with network marketing because of the fact that we were able to help the average individual. And it's been so fun. And I'll tell you, Valenta, it's my third company in over 18 years. I didn't have much success in the first company, but I was there for 5 years, despite not having success, but I keep trying. But most importantly, I got the gist of the training that we went to every 3 months, and that was important to me. And then 5 years later, another company came on, and I was with them for 5 years with John Haremza actually for 5 years, and I did very well in that company. Did quite well. Made over $2 million in that 5-year span.
Wow,
but the culture of what Dave Jordan created with Valentis is what truly attracted me to our company.
Yeah. So 12 years, is that right? 12 years then going through medical. Oh my gosh, that is a long time. Okay. So when you came into network marketing, I'm presuming that obviously you've got a really good team of medically trained people as well that have come into this with you. Is that right? Or have you started this from scratch?
Valentis wise is basically from scratch. The only person that came over with me who had medical experience was May Bonin. She's a nurse practitioner, but other than that, everyone else is fresh off the bat. Just when I started, and I just started reaching out to people.
God, that's crazy. That's absolutely. I still sometimes have to pinch myself saying, "My God, Beth, you're speaking to like a surgeon. You like cut people open as a living." So really quickly, Dr. Chi, I just wanted you to cover, because I know a lot of us get really confused because products are quite in depth, they're quite scientific, and for the average person like me, I struggle with understanding all the sort of terminology with products, except like Vaso 6 with the coffee. So what I just wanted to do was get everybody sort of well trained with the different ingredients, not all of them, but just how the products work, how they get into the body, how they sort of, do what they do. So if you wouldn't mind, could you go over and start with the coffee, just to give everybody some background as to what Vaso 6 is, how it works, how you found that it works, and sort of on your level rather than ours.
So for example, the Vaso 6, which is found in the Optimum as well as the Thermaroast, I'm not sure if it's going to be found in the new coffee for the UK yet. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what it does. Vaso 6 been around for a long, long time. Vaso 6 been in the fitness industry for many, many years. And you look up the data, the research, what it does is it really increases the production of nitric oxide in our body. Okay, and nitric oxide is nothing new. Nitric oxide is already produced in our body. Okay, so to understand that, but don't get deep down into the ingredient, because you get stuck there You can start overthinking things. But just think about this: it causes vasodilation. Basically, it opens up the blood vessels, right? Think of a clogged up sink, right? The sink is clogged up because something's blocking it, blocking the water from flowing. If you clear it up or you open it up, things will flow. Well, our blood vessels, it opens up because Vaso-6 does that, basically, right? And what that does, I mean, it's going to increase oxygen flow, right? Because more stuff are flowing. That means when more oxygen flows, guess what? More oxygen delivery to the cells, more blood flow, obviously, right? More blood flow delivery through the body. And so actually people feel that, actually, okay? And it works quite well. My son, he's 19. Last summer, he came home from college and he took, I finally got him to take it. And he's a workout buff. He works out every day at the gym. I mean, it's crazy, okay? The guy works out like crazy. He does everything. And last year was the first time he took it, coming back from college. And I'll tell you this, he came home 8 hours later. He was blown up. Like, he was so excited. Like, what happened? Like, I asked him, did you get in a fight or something? But basically, he was so excited because he did his best ever in terms of lifting weights, running, and also playing basketball back and forth with all those activities in one day. He never lasted that long. He did very well with that coffee by itself. He usually take the workout supplements, this and that, and he didn't take it that day. So he's been drinking it now. He's been drinking ever since. That's how I saw it worked. And then a friend of mine whose mother is 85 years old, she has poor circulation. Obviously, we can't make medical claims. Just understand that, right? But I'm just speaking based on testimonials. My friend's mother, 85 years old, poor circulation, diabetic, and she has to take narcotics, pain medication at night because she has leg pain. Okay, because when you lay flat, guess what happened? Blood flows less, right? Blood flows less, and so she has leg pain because she has poor circulation. And crazy enough, this coffee got her to a point where she feels better, less leg pain. Didn't take as much medication as before, which is like, wow, I couldn't believe it. That was something that really, really got me going, wow, I was very excited about that coffee when that came out with the Vaso-6.
Yeah. So when somebody asks what it does in a really short, simple term, what would your answer be? If I said to you, right, Dr. Chow, I want to try that coffee, but how does it work? What would your simple answer be?
For all the different benefits, I will tell you this.
Yeah.
Okay, simple, okay? Remember, the first thing is when I tell people who join the business, educate yourself, right? Educate yourself, go into valentisproducts.com, and I do my readings at night before I go to sleep. Here's why. Because that's the best time your brain will absorb things before you sleep. And while you sleep, it's going to process that. And when you wake up, you can be like, wow, I remember everything. It's always like that, okay?
Yeah.
There's other time too, but before sleeping is the best time to read because your brain will absorb what you read, okay? And so basically, let's say all the coffee does amazing things. Multiple different benefits, right? First of all, it's going to crush our cravings. You all know that. It crushes our craving, which is, I love that. It's going to thermogenically burn your fat away. So it's going to burn your fat away. Obviously, when it burns things away, it's going to convert that into energy. So you feel the energy from the natural process of our body's fat being burned away, right? And then it also regulates our sugar too. It's going to regulate our sugar. It's going to increase your mood, increase your focus because it does that. And then definitely, obviously, increase blood flow, increase circulation. That's what you can say because that's what our quote unquote brand benefits have said. Those are things you only need to say. You don't need to say any more. Don't go into details of this and that and the ingredients because you get stuck in that mind. Because think about this. The average individual won't look at the ingredients and do research forever. I never do. I have never, ever gone to a grocery store and read everything, look it up on Google. Never did in my 20+ year career in medicine.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So with Emulin, I know that you're a massive Emulin fan. I know you've helped me out a lot with my dad, and with other members of the team that have struggled with certain things with Emulin. So just to give some really brief information of, I know obviously there's two types and you can go in too deep with this, so I don't want everyone to be really confused, but why do you love Emulin?
Well, first of all, I mean, when it first came out, when I had some conversation with Dr. Joseph Aarons, and just the way he speaks and just the thing that was told to us was incredible. It is true. It is true the fact that we have been eating processed food for over at least 75 years. Okay,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And in the way the food has been processed, all the natural ingredients from our plant, for example, the plant flavonoids. You look that up if you want to, plant flavonoids, and it's on a bottle too. Those are key essential ingredients that we need for our body to function. Think about back when people suffer from scurvy. Remember that way back when?
I
What
don't.
happened? What was the cause of scurvy and all that issue? Well, comes to find out, it was just vitamin C. Okay, our body needs the essential vitamins from the plants from Earth, right? I mean, Mother Earth created these plants for some reason, and all these reasons are what it is for us to function, correct? And so the same, this is Emily, same is true as for like vitamin C or vitamin D, even, for example. I mean, I take massive amount of vitamin D for my own health, but think about Emily, what it does, okay? Obviously, you read about the studies. We have that paper. It's in the app. If you want to print out the app, it's there. You can download it and print it out and read about the studies if you want to. But basically, it studied how it affects blood glucose level in type 2 diabetics. And it compared, Emylin was compared to metformin and did well, okay, did very well in comparison. Despite that study, we can't make that claim because we are not registered as medication. Obviously, you know that. We're registered as a supplement, so we can't make medical claim. We can't say, you can't say, hey, I'm going to treat your diabetes. You
Mm.
can't say that, okay? What you can say though, because these are what we can say without getting in trouble, is remember what Emylin does. Both Emylin does this, okay? They have the same ingredients. Just Emylin M has a different proportion in terms of ingredient compared to Emylin C. But I'll talk about that in a bit. So Emylin in general will basically manage carbohydrate and sugar metabolism. So think about this. Think about what's the end result of carbohydrate, right? Sugar. And you can extrapolate that right there. If it manages carbohydrate, if it manages sugar, guess what it's going to do? Treat, that thing we talked about, right? So that's how you say that to people. It's going to manage carbohydrate and manage sugar metabolism, okay? The other side of the coin is that it manages low-grade inflammation. Now remember, if you remember this, Dr. Aaron talked about this, that no matter how healthy you are, you can be the best athlete, the healthiest eater in the world, we all have a small portion of inflammation depending on who we are, okay? Now, you have to realize it's not just him saying that, it's the whole entire health industry throughout the world. Inflammation is all caused from sugar, okay? I don't know if you realize this. Some of you might realize this. If you eat more sugar, you realize your aches and pains are more. I don't know. Some people have told me that. It's true. Sugar is the ultimate cause of low-grade inflammation, and inflammation is responsible for diseases. 70% of inflammation is directly related to diseases, and about 30% indirectly and you heard that from Dr. Aarons as well, okay? But basically, sugar ends up causing inflammation, ends up causing diseases, all sort. So think about this. I'm diabetic, okay? I have a shoulder strain. This is my story. I can use this. We all know that, our result is individualized. We don't make claims, this and that, right? But my shoulder was hurting for, I think, over a year. I couldn't raise it above my shoulder, my head. My left arm, I couldn't do that at all. And right when Emylin came out, when Dr. Aaron was talking about, the Emylin inflammation and all that, I go, wow, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna drink this because, I said, I'm gonna drink it. I want to get the saturated dosing and drink it, take it, and see what happens. And literally within 10 days, that shoulder pain was gone, and I was able to lift my arm above my shoulder, which most rotator cuff injuries or strain, we can't do that. Does that make sense? Because of inflammation. We can't say it's going to cure our rotator cuff injury, whatever. We can say it's taking care of the inflammation. I have another example. One of our business partners, my friend in Seattle, she has hip arthritis. I saw her x-rays. The bone-to-bone contact is definitely arthritic. She can barely walk and can barely get into the car, can barely walk, and has to take the elevator, for example, to go to work. Okay. But what's crazy, I went up there in March and I gave her a bottle of Emulan M, and her husband's a diabetic. So I gave him a C, and she took it within, I think, 7 days, something like that. Her pain was gone. She was able to walk without pain, can climb the stairs. Showed her coworker that she was walking the stairs, and they were shocked because she'd been at the work for many, many years, and they were shocked. And so think of inflammation. So what is inflammation? Think of diseases, right? I'm gonna say this. Think of what, like a lot of common things. Arthritis, inflammatory, right? Gout is inflammatory, right? Sinus is problems. Lupus, fibromyalgia. Anything that we deal with is inflammatory, right? But don't go out there and make the claim, oh, I'm gonna treat your lupus, I'm gonna treat your fibromyalgia. Don't ever say that. Say, why don't you give us a try? This might help with your inflammation.
Yeah.
And that's the angle you approach people without getting in trouble at all whatsoever. So those two lines, you can say it manages carbohydrate and sugar metabolism. It's good to say that. It manages low-grade inflammation. We're good to say that. And it supports our immune system. Those three things you can say without getting in trouble from any government agency.
Brilliant. Can I ask a question on the back of that? It's more of a personal question, but I think it will help a lot of people. I was reading some studies the other day regarding inflammation and how the Emulin works, because I found that I've kind of plateaued now, but I have a lot of sugar. As all of my team know, I have far too much sugar. I am sugar fiend. And I read that if your fat cells are inflamed, regardless what you're doing, you can't lose weight because the cells that are your fat cells are inflamed. So I took Emulin for 3 days and I'm down 2 pounds. I've not had anything else. Is that because my fat cells will have gone back down?
Yeah,
is that
you're much better than you are. Your inflammation dropped, right?
That's crazy.
I mean, your body, remember, our body got to find balance, right? Always remember that. And you hear Dr. Aaron talk about that all the time, and Kevin Thomas talk about that all the time. Our body must be in balance. And that's why our products do so well. You know, there's people who say they got pregnant because of, let's say, the coffee and this and that. It's not the coffee that does it. It's our body becoming more balanced, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense? Sari? Oh, I mean, our products work so well together. You have to realize that I take the majority of the products.
I've noticed you are a bit of an obsession.
I take 24/7. I take Emulin. I take it all. The coffee, the spray. What else is there? The Prevail More Detox. You know, I take the majority of the products every day because I want to be healthy. I'd rather take that than take medication with side effects. Right?
Okay.
But I'm not saying for you to stop taking medication. I'm just saying is consult your doctor. But realize this: when you go to your, if let's say your sugar is better, what's going to happen? They do blood tests, right? When they draw your blood, they see your numbers drop. What are they going to do? They're going to say, well, we're going to lower your medication, or we're going to take you off.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, just by responding to your lab test, they see you have great results. They're going to drop your medication and lower your dosages, so on and so forth, right?
Sarah's just said, I had an indoor walker, outdoor walker, and a walking can with MS. They're all in the cupboard now since using Emulin, which is just crazy.
It is. I mean, and think about this, forgot to mention. So Emulin C, here's the difference. A lot of people ask this. See, both Emulins are the same thing, the same ingredient, but Emulin C, it is, again, here's how I say it. Emulin C is for everybody. Everybody. Your kids should be on this. Everyone should be on this. I mean, some people put into the milk for the babies, okay? All right? And it's for everybody, including people who are diabetic and including people who have blood pressure problem. Okay, so if you're diabetic like me and you have high blood pressure problem, then you must take Emylin C. If you take Emylin M, you will spike your sugar and you will raise your blood pressure.
Right.
Okay, while Emylin M is for everybody else except for diabetics and except for people with blood pressure problem. Okay, that's the two.
And that's an FDA product, isn't it, Dr. Chi? So that's been passed with the Food and Drug.
Yeah, it's because of that study, right? But we can't make that claim. But you can say that. Let's see. Okay, if you have fibromyalgia and rheumatoid, for example, and you don't have diabetes and you don't have blood pressure problem, you can take you should take the M if you don't have those issues. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So that's Emylin. What about the carb burners? I've not done that much I've not done that much research on the carb burners.
So carb burners is basically a more fine-tuned focus of Emylin. He came out with that.
Okay.
And when you read the brand benefits, it does a lot of things. It's going to help people lose weight, blood pressure, so on. So just go on the website and read it. But what it does is it really truly, again, like what Dr. Aaron says, and it's true. It does put our body into more of a balanced position per se, a balanced position, so that our immune system can do its job. Realize this: as we go out living our life every day, our body gets damaged to the exposure to toxins, to chemicals, to what we breathe, to what we eat, to what we drink. And so at nighttime when we sleep, that's why the Hibernate is so amazing, as well as the 24/7 carb burner, because it allows us to sleep better. The deeper you sleep into, rapid eye movement, REM sleep, that's when you sleep very well. That's when your immune system functions the best in terms of repairing the damages that your body incurred throughout the day. So that's what it does. Okay. There is no flavor to Emylin at all, Jenny. I don't remember which blood. What?
Sorry, carb burner.
About blood clots. I think I forgot about that. I don't know which one. Does that make sense with the carb burner?
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were reading a comment. So the Highburn, I am absolutely stuck on. Like, I am literally, I take it without fail every day. I didn't have it for 3 weeks whilst we were waiting for deliveries, and I was grinding my teeth. I wasn't sleeping. So is it just the melatonin that's in that helps you sleep? And what is it that helps you with your losing whilst you're asleep?
Well, obviously, it has a lot of ingredients that can help you lose weight, to burn your fat. Okay, just think about this. It's going to burn our fat while we sleep, which is pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. But melatonin, that's what puts you to sleep. And I drink a capful. I don't use a tablespoon. I use a capful.
Do you?
Yeah. And I will be out within half an hour because I learned the lesson the first time when I got Emylin. I took it. It says on the bottle, right, 2 hours after the meal, whatever. Well, that would be good because I took it around 8 o'clock at night and I was out within 30 minutes. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I could not. It really got me. So I now take it about half an hour before I go to sleep. When I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm taking it about half an hour. I'll be out.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really, really helped me.
And it also has collagen too. So it's going to help our body, and people feel that their skin is better looking and fresh and clean and this and that. So it's pretty cool. I don't know the milligrams of the melatonin actually in the Hibernate. I don't know. I don't remember that, and I don't think that was actually shown. But we can always find out about that.
So next product, Dr. Chi, Detox. The Detox More, the water with the activated charcoal.
I love the Detox. It's quite an amazing product. Just realize this. Okay, the Detox, what it does is a whole body detox. Obviously, it's all vegan, right? It's all plant-based. And I love the fact that it's odorless and tasteless. If you haven't tried this yet, you will know it's good or not. But try it on tap water. Tap water here in the U.S. is terrible.
Okay.
Okay. It has a taste, has a smell, and so that's the first thing I did. I tested it. You drink the tap water, it has a smell, has a nasty flavor. You take the tap water, I put in the Detox, the More Detox, and literally that smell was gone. It was amazing. Oh, wow. Think about what it does. It has carbon 60. And if you do your research on carbon 60, just look up carbon 60 on Google. So much stuff come out, right? Not from Valenta, it's just from carbon 60 by itself. It's crazy to see this because if you look at the detail, it's gonna block radiation, which is wow, right? You can take it and go out there in the sun and you won't get burned. Sunburn.
Wow. Didn't know that.
What it does is it also, same true for the Preveo Max, okay? But what's cool is carbon 60 is super antioxidant, right? Just like vitamin C. But guess what? 172 times more powerful. So why would you take vitamin C if you have something much more powerful?
Mm.
You got carbon 60. It's better than vitamin C.
Yeah.
No one knows about it. Not too many people know about it, right? You go into a vitamin shop, you can ask about, hey, you have carbon 60. They probably find something for you. That's an amazing product, and you also got to realize the carbon itself, the what do you call it? The charcoal.
Yeah.
The charcoal is amazing, okay? Because in the medical industry, we use it all the time, right? In the ER, you come in there, overdose on drugs, we're gonna pump you with charcoal, pump you massively with charcoal to absorb it. It's like a sponge, right? It's gonna absorb everything, right? Charcoal will absorb water. If you take a charcoal, the barbecue charcoal, or those, and you just spray water, it'll absorb the water. It will be absorbing it, okay? It'll take away all this, it'll take away the bad stuff like a sponge, like all the drug that people overdose with. So think about it. We have the activated charcoal in our product. It comes from the shell of coconut. And we have enough where it will take away the toxins and the pollutants that we get through the breathing in the air, get through drinking in the water, and get through from our foods. There's toxins everywhere. Charlie, great question. The best time to take it is 2 hours away from everything else, because remember, it will absorb. If you take a medication, it will absorb it. Does that make sense? So you don't want it to absorb a portion of your medication, and you would lose the effectiveness of the medication, for example, right? So even with our other products, take it 2 hours by itself. I take it around 6 o'clock because that's when I know I'm not doing anything else. There's nothing else I'm doing in terms of whatever I'm doing, taking other products. So I take about that time. That's the best time to take it, about 2 hours away from anything else. It cures hangover.
It does, you know. Have you
Yeah.
had it in the morning after you've had a drink? Honestly, your head's fine. All need to buy it.
Let me go back to Emulan. Emulan does the same thing.
Does it?
So remember in Bahamas. I did that one night, and I didn't get back to the room until 2 in the morning. And I'll tell you, I had 5 old fashions. You know what old fashions are?
No.
Whiskey, bourbon,
Oh my God.
bourbon, 5 of those. But I always take Emulan before dinner, right? I took 4. I take 4 in the morning, 4 at night. That's my regimen, Emulan. And I took it at dinner time, and I came in the room at 2 in the morning, no feeling of being buzzed or whatsoever. I mean, woke up at 4 in the morning to go out there to the beach and take that video I did, blah, 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 and literally nothing. It does that too, okay?
You have that before the porn stars, Dr. Chi?
Yeah, and it worked. And I tell you, I even told my friends, they tried it, and they're lightweight in terms of alcohol, and they had no effect from the alcohol, which is crazy.
So really, really quickly, just cover these two for me. I've noticed that you're having a lot of the E3 instead of the other energy. Is there a reason for that? I've found Rose actually said today that is the E3, has it got all your daily recommendations for, is it vitamin C or vitamin D in the E3?
It has all the electrolytes because, you know, I'm out there biking in the sun, and you remember when you sweat, you can lose electrolytes. So it has electrolytes replacements.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. It's just another. I drink the other one too, but I don't drink that. That other one doesn't have the electrolyte replacement like the E3. E3 is more for your workouts. You know, it's gonna replace your electrolytes, especially when you sweat a lot. You're out there. That's why I take the E3.
Right.
I take both. So.
Brilliant. Okay, so would you say the E3, just to give some, I know some people are going to ask this question, would you give the E3 for more of the gym, heavy weights, you know, more like the professional sort of gym goers rather than the energy?
Yeah, if you are working out, you're doing fitness, you're doing yoga, you're doing whatever you're doing, working out, you should take the E3 because it's for workouts, for give you energy as well as give you the electrolytes that we need. We lose when we work out because we sweat.
Perfect. Last one, because then all the other ones are quite easy and self-explanatory. The immune. So is that just that there's loads of vitamins in there, all the things that you need, and obviously with the children, you can give that to children. And there's no age limit, is there, on that one?
No age limit. It's a very healthy product. It's going to help support our immune system. Just like how we take vitamin C, right? Everybody take vitamin C. Everyone's like taking vitamin C to protect ourselves from getting sick. Well, the immune boost, it just boosts our immune system, has all the different vitamins, has antioxidants, and this and that. It's going to really help our body.
And you can give that to babies, can't you?
Yeah, I take it every day. I take a lot every day. The more I go, and prior to all this craziness, even before I travel, before I hop on a plane, I would really soak myself the night before, the day before, with sometimes 6 sticks of immune. And because I want to boost my immune system up before I travel. Because as you travel, when you're on the plane, you're up there very high, you're exposed to radiation, and so on and so forth. When you fly, you expose to radiation. So a lot of radiation. So you get to protect your body a little bit with that.
Yeah. And just see if there's any questions there. I have the immune instead of the flu shot now, and I've never had a cold. No medical claims, of course. I don't have the flu shot either, but that's another story.
Yeah, I don't see the immune system upsetting someone's stomach, but I don't have flu shot either. But like
we won't go there, Dr. Chi. No. We know how strong we are on vaccines.
Yeah. Even the Prevail Max, you all know about that, right? That's pretty incredible stuff. Just realize what it does. Amazing. It really increases your blood flow, increase oxygen, and it definitely. I mean, it also, well, you take that and you'll be drunk fast. You will feel the buzz.
Really? So if you have that before a night out, you're a cheap night out?
You'll be out. If you want to be a cheap date, take that.
There you go, girls. Cheap night out. Take your Max. You'll be leathered.
You'll be out. Remember, increase the circulation, increase blood flow, so you'll be out.
Do you know what I found with that? And you can answer this question. I found that it got rid of my cellulite. Will there be a reason for that?
I'm trying to think what it does. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But I'm sure you realize this. I'm sure there's so many possible potential things that, remember, when our body balances out, everything happens, right?
Yeah.
Everything happens. You get more blood flow. You get more blood flow to certain places where you don't usually get blood flow. It's all about blood flow. It's all about delivering nutrient, delivering oxygen.
Yeah, it got rid of all. I had really bad cellulite in the back of my legs after Willow.
Awesome.
And it's all gone. So, Dr. Chi, just to give your overall advice on the products, what would you say is the best combination if somebody wanted to lose a lot of weight? Not fast, because that's not healthy, but the quickest way possible.
Oh, it's so hard to determine how people respond to what combination, because everyone's results vary so much, right?
Yeah.
But think about, if you just stay with the core of the products, think about this. The Prevail More Detox is going to help you support your immune system. It's going to balance your pH, right? Think of the Emulin, what it does. It manages carbohydrate and sugar metabolism. Isn't that a problem with weight loss? Mm-hmm. Right? People taking so much carbs, right? I mean, it's crazy. So that's going to help, right? And then obviously our coffee or our cocoa is going to do everything. It's going to burn the fat. It's going to suppress our appetite, which we need, right? And just those general things would help the majority of the people. And that's why I love what we have. We have so many different products so that it can work for so many different people in different combinations. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say even the Prevail Max helps them with their weight loss in combination with other stuff. So it's all a matter of each of us trying it out, a different variation, the different products, and see what works for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the story with Jerry Booth when we were at his house. You were there in the Bahamas. He said he was taking the Max and he ended up going to the doctors because he'd lost a stone and he thought he was sick. But it turns out he was taking the Max and that had obviously helped Jerry with his blood flow. So he'd lost weight and he thought he was poor because he was taking Max. I've never laughed so much in all my life. It was how he said it. But yeah, so I would ask you how, what your favourite products are. But I think off you speaking, I think you take the majority of all of them, don't you?
I do.
So
'Cause
you've
they're
not
good
really got a
products.
favourite.
People are so concerned about supplement and taking many supplements, but I've drinking supplements for many, many years, and nothing wrong with that. Actually, you realize this. You look up the data in terms of people dying from supplement. There's been none. And
Yeah.
that's why it's free to be sold and free to be found everywhere, right? In basically every grocery store and every retail market out there, right? Doesn't matter. It's found there. Yes, Sarah, I don't use a canine. But I'm willing to try. I think the canine, the only difference is that it doesn't have the minty flavor. And back to that, there's a lot, think about the prescription medication. Look up the numbers. There's a lot of people who die every year from prescription medications.
Yeah, it's
Supplements
scary.
are very safe.
Yeah. Did you put Terry Reckner, when she has her foot, she had an operation on her ankle, didn't she? She had, was it Max or was it Emulin that she had?
I'm not sure what she was on, but I have a feeling she was on Emulin and she was on I was feeling those two. I think she was on Emulin for sure. I'm just pretty sure of that. And something else that Kevin put her on.
Yeah.
I think the Max.
She healed quickly, didn't she?
Yeah. It's pretty impressive. You realize it's pretty crazy what it does.
She was spraying Max on the wound, wasn't she? And she was taking Emulin and the swelling.
Actually, the Max does work. So here's something I want to show you, because I was in Northern California on an event last year, and it was a big event after I went to dinner, right? And I think you know her, Deborah Del Mundo, one of our diamonds. We went to dinner, and she was sitting next to me. She was wearing a skirt, and the guy came out with a soup bowl. I mean, hot boiling soup, right? I mean, literally boiling. There's a flame below and everything. And he just missed the table and spilled on her thigh directly onto her skin. And it was crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, she could have a second-degree burn, this and that. So I told her, luckily we had the spray. We sprayed it onto that side. I told her, spray every 5 minutes onto your thigh while we're eating dinner. And guess what? By the time we're done, there was no blistering, no evidence of any burn whatsoever. Even the next day, I messaged her, hey, how's your area, your thigh? She goes, nothing.
Wow, that's crazy.
You spray that on your eczema, on your psoriasis, on your skin rashes, on your cuts, it'll go. It's like, wow. It was just, we can't make the medical claim or anything, but it works.
Yeah. Rose has just said, would it be good for kids, like the cuts and grazes?
Yes, definitely. Cuts and bruises, definitely. Spray it. Paper cuts and those things, yes.
Yeah, fab. Okay, that's all of that. What I wanted actually was for everybody to have more in depth, because we can all read, but sometimes when you're not medically trained, it goes, if anyone's like me, it goes in one ear and straight out the other, because I just don't get it. So when I hear somebody like you, and I'm in your inbox all the time, and I'm really sorry, but
you all can just message.
Oh, see that's why I love this company. Just the culture is just amazing. So has anybody else got any questions before we go off the topic of products? I'm just going to really
let me say one thing before you go. I remember this. So a lot of people ask about blood pressure problems, right? And cholesterol, right? Think about that. So we don't have products that's going to help that. Obviously, we can't not say that. That makes sense? We can never say, hey, this can help your blood pressure. Hey, this is going to help your cholesterol. You can never say that. But here's how you would say it, okay? This is really crazy. I'll answer that question in a minute. So think about this. When people, here's a question. I'll answer this question. Why do people have blood pressure problem? Why do people have cholesterol problem? Is because of their diets, right? They're obese, their diet. And so that's the issue why we have blood pressure problem, because our diet's bad, a lot of salt intake, a lot of stuff, a lot of fatty food. and and then they're obese, and so obviously they can have blood pressure problem and cholesterol problem, right? So here's how you say the thing about this. So imagine, and booze too, obviously, of course, definitely. But imagine this, and also cigarette smoking too. Okay, but imagine this. Imagine they take our products, and it doesn't matter which one. Let's say they take the coffee, the Emulan, and let's say a combination of our products. And what happens is they lose weight. When they lose weight, what's going to happen? Their blood pressure gets better, their cholesterol goes down by nature, right? Because what is the body doing? It's getting rid of those things. It's our body has been is going to restructure itself, and remember we talked about visceral fat.
Yeah,
it's a real fat we all suffer from. And imagine if you have so much fat surrounding your heart, right? Why do we have blood pressure problem? Is because our heart is pumping much more than it should. That makes sense?
yeah. The visceral fat, the coffee targets that, doesn't it, as well? I've seen loads of posts.
Well, it's going to burn the fat away thermogenically. It's going to burn our fat away.
Yeah.
It's going to burn all the fat that we have in our body away, or a lot of it, all the time. And so, obviously, less stress on our organs, right? Less stress on our body with the fat being gone. So people will lose weight, and our heart will work better because it's not stressing out as much. It's not pumping, 3 times as hard as it should be, right? It's just a pump. Think of it. It's just a pump. A heart is just a pump. It's just there to pump our blood. That's all it is. Okay. So if you have some kind of pump that you can relate to, a water pump or something, if you overwork that pump, what's going to happen? It's going to burn out faster, right? So think about that way of looking at it. Our heart, if we overwork itself, why do people die from heart attacks and stuff? Because of obesity, and we all know that, right? Because of obesity, of all that issues, increase in heart disease, increase in all that because of obesity, increased risk of dying from a heart attack and dying from a stroke and dying from cancer because you're obese. And that's real data. That's not making medical claim. That's real data. We look up anywhere. You look up, anywhere any literature you look up, it'll say that, right? You know that. So, but again, so don't worry about the cholesterol and blood pressure. Just tell people, look, once you lose weight, everything will get better. Once you get healthier, everything will get better.
Yeah.
How long do we take? So basically, what Kevin Thomas said, take it about 3 months, then stop for about a month for the more detox.
Someone's put there, Dr. Chu, which would you say is best for detox, the breakthrough, the more, or the tea? Tea is more of a colon cleanse, isn't it?
Yeah, tea is more the colon cleanse. Detox, the whole body detox, different. Okay, tea and breakthrough is more for the digestive tract. Okay, breakthrough and the new tea is for digestive tract. The more detox is the whole body detox, different. Yes, Victoria, it is very hard to burn fat by diet exercise. I mean, people try to, for example, my cousin, she lives in Seattle. She lost 30 pounds working out at the gym. It took her a year, okay? But then, obviously she stopped, right? You get lazy and you stop, and guess what? 30-pound gain back, but she won't drink our product. Like, okay, whatever.
You make me giggle. The tea is amazing though, isn't it? Who's tried the tea? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It works.
You're going to clean yourself out, and so you adjust to that.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so Dr. Chu, just going back really quickly because we've had your time for so long. You've had obviously massive success within your team. Do you lead more with the products, or do you lead more with the plan, or do you lead with kind of half and half?
I lead with half and half because I feel that the products are important. Okay,
Yeah,
because you think about this, if we don't have the products,
we don't have a business.
We don't have a business because there's no results.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you don't see the results, you're not going to buy the products.
Yeah.
Opportunity there, and that's why with my webinars I do the product first.
Yeah.
That's just my thinking. Is if you don't take the products and you don't have results, there is no business. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I
right?
understand. Perfect. You've been absolutely amazing. I think I can speak on behalf of everybody to say that that was just amazing. I think we've all needed it. I know all the research is there, and it's all a case of you, taking note and knowledge. But sometimes to hear it from somebody like yourself, it just implants in the brain a little bit better for people that have got hands up if that's you, because that's definitely me. Like it goes, yeah, it goes in what. See, you've helped us all, Dr. Chi. It's been amazing.
I'm
Thank
glad.
you so much. Anything that you want to add, Dr. Chi, before we all leave? You said everything.
No, everything's good. I mean, if you have any question, anything else, we can always go over. It's up to you. But if this is all, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But you have it all right here, right now. Each of us, especially over there, you have everything going right now. It's so amazing. I'm so excited for everyone. Definitely, Callum, legacy building is the key. Getting people legacy coded is the key. Giving people the vision of upgrading to a Ruby pack is the key, because we want to maximize everyone's earning potential. And you all have been doing great with that. It's incredible to see your teams and everybody growing, and that's what I love to see. I love to see everyone growing and have success in so many different ways, and there's more to come. I mean, wait till that coffee comes out. I'm excited for that new coffee of yours coming out, and obviously the warehouse, right? I mean, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it's great. I'm dead excited for that Germany. I think we're all on pins waiting for that warehouse to open. But yeah, thank you so much. It's been absolutely amazing. I've taken pages and pages of notes, and I've been looking over these products for years, but I just get so much from you. So yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Chi. It's been absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Okay, just message me, and we'll
Yeah,
try our best to answer on that. Okay.
perfect. I'll grab the training recording off you, Dr. Chi, and I'll post it just for the newbies to watch back. But thank you so much, everybody, for jumping on, and thank you so much, Dr. Chi, for
You're
joining us
welcome.
today.
Have a great afternoon. Bye.
Thank
See you later.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.